This message is for you. God says, don't ignore this, don't treat it as just another word on a page, because what is being spoken into your spirit right now is meant to open your eyes, shake your soul, and lift you into the place you were always destined to be. Heaven is speaking, and what has been revealed about you has already shocked those who tried to underestimate you. They cannot comprehend how chosen you truly are, how set apart you really are, and how much divine fire has been placed inside of you. God says, my child, this is not the moment to sleep, this is the moment to awaken, because everything around you is about to shift. They tried to bury you, but heaven says you were not buried, you were planted. You were hidden for a season, yes, but not forgotten. The silence you went through was not punishment, it was preparation. Every tear that burned your eyes was a seed in the soil of eternity. Every betrayal that shattered your heart was a reshaping of your destiny. God says, I did not allow them to win over you. I let them think they succeeded, because what I am about to reveal in your life will silence them forever. Don't you see how suddenly everything is aligning? Don't you feel how the weight that once chained you is beginning to lift? Heaven says you cannot remain in the same cycle anymore. You cannot remain tied to the people who wounded you, because I am about to expose them in front of you. What I revealed about you is that you are chosen, protected, and unstoppable. They look at you and they are shocked because you carry a light they cannot dim. You carry favor they cannot block. You carry a future they cannot cancel. God says, this message is your confirmation. Yes, you prayed, yes, you waited, yes, you thought maybe I forgot, but I never forgot. I was working behind the veil, shifting pieces, moving hearts, rewriting chapters, and building doors that no man could close. You thought you lost time, but I say to you, nothing is lost. I am restoring the years the locust has eaten. I am restoring the joy that was drained. I am restoring the opportunities that seemed stolen. I am restoring your strength, your health, your mind, and your destiny. You will walk into rooms where they never wanted you to enter. You will receive calls from places you once dreamed of. You will hold keys to doors that were once slammed in your face. And when it happens, people will say, how did this happen so suddenly? But you will know it wasn't sudden, it was divine. It was the unfolding of every silent night, every painful day, every lonely battle. It was the reward of staying faithful when no one saw, the reward of trusting God when everything around you screamed, give up. God says, this is why you cannot quit now. This is why I am sending this message to you today. Because there is someone who is about to try to discourage you again, but hear me, they will fail. They will speak, but their words will carry no power. They will plot, but their schemes will dissolve in their own hands. They will gather, but they will scatter, because I am standing with you. If I am for you, who can be against you? This is not just encouragement, this is a prophetic word written over your life. God says, Your name is being mentioned in places you haven't stepped into yet. Your face is being remembered by people who can bless you. Your hands are being prepared to hold blessings greater than what you lost. Your voice is being strengthened to declare my glory. Your heart is being healed so it can carry more love, more wisdom, and more grace. Don't rush, but don't doubt. The timing you're about to walk into is perfect. Heaven speaks loudly. What I revealed about you has shocked everyone, because you were never ordinary. You were always extraordinary. You were always my chosen vessel, and the very pain you endured was shaping you for the crown you will wear. God says, this is your season of elevation, and I will not let you be hidden any longer. I am putting my fire on your life. I am placing my oil upon your head. I am giving you visions in the night and strength in the day. And I declare to you, every chain is breaking, every curse is dissolving, every stronghold is collapsing. You are rising, and nothing can stop what I have written. This is your confirmation. Don't skip this. Don't doubt this. Don't dismiss this. Heaven speaks, and this is the word you were waiting for. Listen carefully, this is not filler or fluff. God says, listen with your spirit, not just your ears, because the language I am speaking now bypasses the noise and goes straight to the place in you that remembers purpose. I see the battles you fought in secret. I see the prayers you whispered while the world slept. I see the nights when hope felt like a stranger. God says, I heard every sigh. I recorded every tear. I kept every broken piece. You are being readied. Every delay that felt heavy was actually a shaping. The fires that threatened to burn you were tempering you for greater heat, not to destroy, but to refine. God says, do not run from the refining, it is designed to make you brilliant. The pressures were not attempts to crush you, they were instruments tuning you to a frequency that will now magnetize favor. What once seemed like punishment will now be your testimony. The very wounds you thought would shame you will become the map others follow to healing. I am opening doors that no one can shut. I am giving you divine appointments with people who will not only believe in you but will fight for you, invest in you, and unlock areas of blessing you have not even imagined. God says, you will have helpers from unexpected directions. Healing will come that doctors did not predict. Opportunities will arrive that logic could not justify. Prepare your heart to receive with gratitude, not entitlement. Receive with humility, not fear. Gratitude attracts acceleration. Humility secures increase. There will be tests ahead. Do not be surprised, tests often come with signs that the blessing is real. When your faith is tested, refuse to bargain with doubt. God says, hold steady. Speak the truth of what I said over you. Speak it aloud, I am chosen. I am restored. I am favored. Not because repetition works like magic, but because confession aligns your spirit with what heaven has already declared. The enemy will try to whisper lies, that you are late, that you are not enough, that your past disqualifies you, but those are old scripts. God says, erase those lines. You are writing a new chapter. Expect also a clearing out. People who have been anchors of limitation will fall away. Some relationships will dissolve because they are not sustainable for the elevation you are entering. This is not rejection, it is refinement. God says, let go of what holds you back. I will replace what you release with something better. When the familiar fades, do not mourn as if you've lost everything. Instead, watch closely. I am already bringing new connections, new circles, and new sources of provision. Your gifts will begin to operate with clarity and speed. The ideas you have kept hidden will suddenly find platforms. The skills you practiced in quiet will be displayed in crowds. God says, do not be afraid to step forward. Take the small steps I give you today, they are the foundation for giant leaps tomorrow. Walk in the next level favor as if you belong there, because you do. Confidence anchored in humility will make people take notice and open doors that were previously impossible. There will be glory in the mundane. God says, the daily grind will be transfigured. Your work, your small acts of kindness, your consistency, these will compound. Blessings will arrive not as single fireworks but as steady streams. Money will come, restoration will come, relationships will heal. But remember, the true prize is not only what you receive but who you become through it. God says, I am shaping character more than I am stacking blessing. The legacy I am building in you is eternal. Hear this for your heart, when people speak against you, when they mock or try to take your joy, do not respond in the old way. God says, respond with fruitfulness. The most secure answer to slander is abundant blessing and quiet excellence. Let your life be a rebuttal. Speak less, produce more. When they expect bitterness, give them kindness. When they expect collapse, give them victory. Let your life be the sermon that proves their doubts wrong. There will be sudden clarity about next steps. When confusion lifts, act. God says, when the next door opens, walk through it. Do not over-explain. Do not demand explanation. Move with courageous obedience. The enemy will try to delay you with fear and comparison, measuring your journey against someone else's highlights, but remember that every path is unique. Your timeline is tailored. Trust the nudges, the gentle confirmations, the doors that swing open without much effort. Those are my signatures. This is also a season for bold prayers. Pray big. Pray specific. God says, do not be ashamed of asking. There is power in precise prayer. Tell heaven the name of the job, the date of the move, the restoration you need. The Father is not indifferent, He delights in your faith. Pair your prayers with action, apply for the job, rewrite the resume, show up at the interview, pick up the phone. Faith without works is like a seed kept in a jar, alive but unfruitful. Sow what you can, and watch me multiply it. Guard your heart fiercely yet tenderly. God says, protect your peace. Turn away from gossip, reckless comparisons, and the voices that want you to trade destiny for drama. Fill your space with truth, scriptures, songs, and companions who speak life. The more you feed your spirit with truth, the less susceptible you become to lies. Replace anxious scrolling with intentional reading. Replace worry with worship. Replace criticism with confession. Finally, and this is urgent, do not minimize the present moment. God says, your story is written in the way you steward today. Be faithful with small things, time, money, relationships, integrity. These are the building blocks of destiny. When you are faithful in the little, I will entrust you with much. When you honor the process, the promotion will not just arrive, it will stick. Lift your eyes. There is a horizon of glory ahead. Feel the stir in your chest, that is expectation, not anxiety. God says, you will testify. When your season shifts, you will not only celebrate, you will become a witness to others who are still in the valley. Let your testimony be a light. Let your restoration be a roadmap. Walk in boldness, walk in gratitude, and walk knowing that what heaven revealed about you has indeed left them speechless. God says, stay close now, because what I am about to reveal is for your spirit, not just your ears. Do not skim this, do not treat it lightly. This is the very bread your soul has been craving. I saw when they mocked you. I saw when they laughed behind closed doors, saying you would never rise, that you were too broken, too weak, too late. But I, the Lord, say, their laughter is turning into shock. Their gossip is turning into silence. Their doubt is turning into regret. Because I revealed something about you they never expected, that you were chosen before the foundations of the world, hand-picked for a destiny that cannot be denied. My child, you have been through valleys that seemed endless, storms that felt unlivable, battles that nearly broke you. But I tell you, none of it was wasted. Every valley prepared your feet for higher mountains. Every storm toughened your spirit for greater winds. Every battle gave you authority to conquer even more. Heaven says, what nearly killed you has become your credential. What was meant to bury you has become your crown. This is why some doors closed. This is why certain people left. You begged me to let them stay, but I saw ahead. I knew their loyalty was shallow, their hearts unstable, their motives impure. So I pulled them away before they could destroy what I was building in you. Do not grieve over what I removed. Celebrate that I saved you. God says, I will replace every counterfeit with the genuine. I will replace every betrayer with a destiny helper. I will replace every dead connection with divine alignment. You are stepping into a season where acceleration will surprise even you. Things that used to take years will take months. Things that once seemed impossible will unfold with ease. The delay was not denial, it was alignment. God says, you are aligned now. The doors are opening now. The favor is falling now. The blessing is flowing now. But hear this warning, when I bless you, do not shrink back. Do not apologize for being favored. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. Walk boldly. Shine freely. Speak confidently. Because the blessing is not just for you, it is for everyone connected to you. Your rising will break chains for generations. Your testimony will free others still trapped in silence. Your overflow will bless households you don't even know yet. They will ask, how did you get here? How did this happen so suddenly? And you will say, it wasn't me. It was God. That confession will be your greatest weapon, humility in the midst of greatness. Do not boast in yourself, but boast in the Lord who turned your ashes into beauty, your mourning into dancing, your scarcity into abundance. God says, do not be afraid when the spotlight finds you. I am training your heart to handle visibility. Fame without character destroys, but I have built character in you through the hidden years. That's why your rise will be sustained, because you have roots. Deep roots in pain. Deep roots in prayer. Deep roots in perseverance. Roots that storms cannot shake. This is also the time to release forgiveness. Yes, even for the ones who hurt you most. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Forgiveness is not approval of their actions, it is freedom for your soul. God says, do not carry bitterness into your new season. Travel light. Let go so you can rise higher. Your dreams are valid. Do not water them down. Do not edit them to fit other people's expectations. Dream wild. Dream radical. Dream beyond logic. Because I am not a small God. I do not do half miracles. I do not start what I will not finish. God says, ask of me big things, and watch me answer in ways that leave you stunned. And remember this, the attacks you feel right before the breakthrough are always the loudest. The enemy shouts when he knows his time is short. That's why recently the weight felt heavier, the thoughts darker, the resistance stronger. It was not because you are failing, it is because you are winning. The enemy fights hardest when heaven is about to release victory. God says, you are closer than you think. Do not break now. My child, you are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. Heaven's eyes are on you. Angels are surrounding you. Breakthrough is chasing you. And what I have revealed about you has left everyone shocked, because you were always destined for this moment. God says, keep listening, this is not the end of what I will say, but it is vital you receive this next truth. There are things coming that will feel unfamiliar because they are new to you. Newness often brings discomfort, but I, the Lord, am with you in the unfamiliar. When you walk into places that feel strange, remember I walked with you there first in the Spirit. I will meet you at every threshold. You will notice strange synchronizations, timings that line up too perfectly to be coincidence. A conversation will begin exactly when you need it. A message will arrive exactly when your heart is ready. A door will open because someone remembered your name. These are not random, they are signatures of heaven. God says, pay attention to the nudges. Small confirmations are my compass. Do not discard subtle peace as insignificant, it is the map guiding you into larger territory. There will also be a refining of speech. What you say will matter more than ever, because words release atmosphere. Speak life. Speak clarity. Speak destiny. God says, your declarations will no longer be quiet prayers, they will be catalytic commands that shift situations. When you agree with heaven and declare truth, unseen hands begin to move. Speak what you see in the Spirit before the evidence catches up. The mouth that confesses victory invites the heavens to align. Expect provision that looks different from what you imagined. Not every miracle comes wrapped in the package you designed. Sometimes favor arrives as connection, sometimes as timing, sometimes as a sudden idea that becomes income. God says, be creative with the ways I give. Do not box me into one method. Steward what comes with wisdom, invest, save, give, and celebrate responsibly. A wise heart multiplies blessing beyond the first harvest. Your identity is being rewritten in deeper fonts. Old labels, abandoned, unworthy, late, will fade as new names are placed on you, beloved, chosen, instrument. God says, receive your new name. Let it settle in your soul. When identity shifts, behavior follows. When you know who you are in me, you will act differently. Confidence will replace insecurity, purpose will replace wandering. Allow the truth of your name to shape every choice. There is a strategic season approaching where you will need clarity of vision. Write down what you see. Create a timeline. Map the steps you are willing to take and the sacrifices you will refuse to make. God says, plans without steps remain dreams. Take actionable steps today, however small, toward the vision. Momentum begins with one courageous move. The moment you start, the atmosphere changes, the delay loses power. You will be tempted to compare, especially when you see others in their season. Comparison is a worship thief, it steals joy and replaces it with doubt. God says, do not measure your chapter by another's highlight reel. Your race is ordained, your pace is curated. Celebrate others, but remain faithful to your lane. When you support others, heaven often accelerates your own cause. Generosity breaks limitation. Now is the season to guard your mind. Flood it with truth. Replace "I can't" with "I will." Replace "maybe" with "I believe." God says, thoughts shape outcomes. When fearful thoughts come, invite me to the conversation. Pray through them. Replace anxiety with petitions. Speak scripture over the doubt. The more you train your mind to dwell on promise, the more that promise will manifest. There will be moments when you must make a courageous boundary. Do not confuse love with permission to be mistreated. Boundaries are acts of stewardship over the gift that you are. God says, protect your assignment. When someone repeatedly drains you, bless them from a distance. When a job requires you to compromise, step away. Preservation is sometimes the only path to advancement. Protect your time, your energy, and your capacity to receive the blessing that is coming. I am also preparing your testimony to be a tool. The story of your scars will become a bridge to someone else's healing. When you share what happened and how I rescued you, lives will change. God says, your transparency is a ministry. Do not hide your past out of shame, tell it with wisdom and with a focus on the redemption. Healing multiplies when testimonies are shared. Finally, expect humility to be your crown. The higher you go, the louder pride will try to claim you. Resist it. God says, remain teachable. Surround yourself with counsel that speaks truth lovingly. Celebrate wins with those who were faithful through the quiet. When you remain teachable, the anointing deepens and the favor endures. Lift your hands in spirit and receive this next wave. It will not all arrive at once, but it will come with a convoy. Every small miracle, every subtle alignment, every whispered confirmation is part of a larger unfolding that only heaven can orchestrate. God says, you are moving into fullness. Keep walking. Keep speaking. Keep believing.